1-2 testing. We're top of the league. 1-2 testing.
Michael Bowers, it's good to be back, bro. Back on the aftermath, Michael. The first one in the Premiership for 8 years. Michael, after 4 years in League One and 4 years in the Championship, I mean, however, that performance, where do you start with it, Michael?
You can't not be buzzing, can you?
No.
I haven't heard Dave's interview, but I do believe he likes to keep his feet on the ground. I imagine he's saying the same as what I'm probably going to say.
Nice.
We do have to remember it's one game. You have to remember there are going to be times this season where it's going to be very ugly. There are going to be times this season where we are going to be right up against it. Because obviously the gap between the Championship and the Premier League has been massive. But I want to recommend Alt Ending. I know I've said this guy's name a few times. But if you go to Alt Ending, watch his video on why Sunderland can survive the Premier League.
Brilliant.
Because the point I want to quickly make there is he makes the point that if you look at Burnley under Company, Russell Martin, just to correct us as of when it need be, but Burnley under Company, Russell Martin, Southampton, both of them were stubborn as anything, wouldn't change their philosophy, wouldn't adapt, and got battered because of it. You had Ipswich, who basically went, who was mint in the Championship, so we'll sign them. Then you had Sheffield United, lost a few key players. Luton, obviously, they had a lot of their money they got in the Prem's gone on their new ground, so they didn't have much of a financial advantage. And then obviously Leicester, and one of my mates called and Paul knows him, a Leicester fan, right, he won't mind me saying this, not that he's watching, but he won't mind me saying, Leicester spent really poorly and had managerial upheaval constantly last season. So it's easy to say promoted clubs don't have a chance, but at the same time, if you go through and assess each individual circumstance of those clubs, I think Sunderland are going to have Reggie Lebris, as much as I've been frustrated with him before, but Reggie Lebris' system, you can tell, and we did wind look a little bit in the first half, I thought, but in general, the setup and the way we're playing is so effective in the Premier League when we're happy to surrender the ball. We're happy to just let teams go. As long as you keep tight, as long as you don't give anything silly away, I think we're going to be massively threatening on the break this season. So as for that though, I mean, look, as you said, yes, it's going to be a long season. We have to remember that. I'd still take 17th right now. I know it's obviously.
You see, Michael's happy. He's like me. I'm just excited. I'm happy. But you've also got to try and have realism at the same time because it is going to be. It's obviously look. I know, but at the same time, I don't give too much of a rat's ass if people get carried away and enjoy this because at the end of the day, let's get carried away, man.
Let's get carried away, man. This is fantastic. This to Davey, who's on I think it's BBC Newcastle. Great clip, legendary stuff. But honestly, look. We deserve to get carried away. I'm not being funny. We've lost to Doncaster Rovers in League One. We've lost to Burton Albion in League One. Burton Albion sent we're down, man.
Joey Barton's Fleetwood. Oh, God.
Celebrate that you've just won the World Cup final and all that. Ignore my horrendous Scouse accent. But the point is, we've put up with all them. We've had years of. We still haven't beaten Burton at home when we played them, so that's embarrassing. Lost to Donny when they went down when we went up. We played Accrington, we played Gillingham, we played Wimbledon. Yes, sorry to relive everyone's PTSD all over again. And I mean this. You can shut up. You've already been interviewed. I love you, CJ, but that's at the moment, man. But what I was going to say was, and by the way. So, to anyone who has a go at us getting carried away, screw you. Because we have been through the mill as a fan base over the last 8 years or last 10 years. We deserve to enjoy this. We've been through everything as a fan base. You've had clubs that have pretended like they've suffered who don't know the meaning of the word suffering. You know, so, but yeah, after 8 years.
Chris Sutton, F off.
Chris Sutton, who, right, okay, I know you don't want me to swear, so how can I put this politely? Screw you, bye-bye. So, I'm not going to pay attention to his predictions. I don't like the guy anyway. But look, as far as, sorry, I know I've probably waffled for 2 minutes without talking about the game very much, but do you know what would be fair, right? In the first half, I think you could tell when West Ham were passing the ball around a bit, when they got into their rhythm a bit in the first half, because I thought the first half was quite
decent,
the first half was quite cagey and even, but I thought, crap, these guys
I thought Bowen, now when I'm playing the ball at Bowen, I'm thinking
Bowen looks a real player. For this thing, you've got Bowen, Paqueta, James Rodriguez, exactly, Wan-Bissaka, this is the level that we're having to come up against in the Prem. And yet, look, to be fair, we did have was there an effort in the first half where Ballard cleared off the line?
Couple of shaky moments, but
then we also had the moment in the first half where Diarra's movement was excellent when we put him a through ball.
He probably should have scored that, to be fair.
But Matt Hermanson, because West Ham signed him from Leicester, he was one of the few bright spots for Leicester last season, so he's not a bad keeper, in fairness to him. But first half, I mean, look, don't get us wrong. Going into the game, I wouldn't have complained with the draw. That's the way
you said that, and I said that word today. We
said it was important to get something at the very least. But look, first half was cagey, and I thought half-time, right, okay, we're in the game. Let's see what happens second half. Never in my wildest dreams, if anyone predicted 3-0 Sunderland at half-time, tell me next week's lottery, because that is absolutely ridiculous.
My friend at work, Neville, he said 2-0, so he was close. One of us were like sort of 1-1.
So is he cursing Wilson Isidore for getting his prediction wrong? But yeah, do you know what? And I've got to say, but if you quickly talk through the goals, I mean, what's brilliant is that although we had all these new signings, every player who scored was already here last season.
That's what I've said there.
So Miende was a great header for the first.
It was like he was going back. Sort of thinking like
was
that.
it like Jam Sonny says, leaps like a salmon?
I don't know how he got the power to go back across the goal. It was brilliant technique.
Well, I thought he was going to head wide.
Yeah.
But when you see it rest of the back of the net, I mean, I haven't seen the goals back, but from what I can remember, it was a fantastic header.
Oh, it was brilliant.
Brilliantly placed.
Aye.
Ballard does Ballard things. He obviously
rose like a salmon, and he
just heads goals in important moments, doesn't he? And this is weird because, and this is going to sound weird me saying this, but if you remember obviously the disastrous cup game against them lot last season.
Yeah.
But weirdly, even though he scored an own goal and gave a penalty away, I thought he was one of our better players that day.
Yeah.
The point I'm making is that I think Ballard can make the step up the Premier League.
Oh, I think
again, it is just one game, obviously, but I think he can make the step up, and I thought Ballard was colossal at the back today. I thought he was really, really good. And then obviously the third one, Wilson Isidore, who probably looks like a confidence player at the best of times.
Yeah.
Great finish. He loves. I think that basically, if you wanted to have the goal described,
if
I
didn't see it,
and people correct me if I've got this wrong, but from what I can remember, I think it was Talby. Obviously, it was basically a counter-attack as West Ham had a corner, I believe. Threw a lot of people forward. Talby put a brilliant through ball at Isidore, who stayed on side. And then he kind of went sort of one-on-one from our left, West Ham's right-hand side, and sort of lobbed and finished past Hermanson.
Right.
So, but, I mean, you probably heard the noise in the third goal, but, like, the noise for every... And it was a great finish from Isidore, actually, by the way, as well. But, like, it was a great... The noise level at each of the goals was...
I mean, look,
it was great.
One thing I haven't mentioned, apologies, in a lot of the videos this afternoon, is that the atmosphere, and I was a bit sort of, what's it going to be like comparing it to the second leg, which that was a huge game, and there was a lot on the line. The atmosphere for me today was absolutely brilliant. Even in the north stand where I'm sitting in the north east corner now, because I lost my other seat quite stupidly.
Well done.
I didn't renew it, and then I had to move my seat. But
well done.
But honestly, the whole atmosphere I thought behind. It's normally the south stand where the atmosphere, but I thought the whole ground was pretty good. Today, Michael.
No, I mean, in general, I'm someone who's, I think, felt the atmosphere could be better for the passionate supporters that we do have. But today I thought was really good. And obviously there were times where it's quieter, but nowhere's going to be loud for 90 minutes.
Of course it's
not. So to be fair to our fans, nobody's going to do that.
Did you see because you're on the northeast, the southwest corner? Did you see how many did West Ham fill their allocation all the way along? Right.
It looked very. If there was empty seats, it was very scarce.
Right.
To be fair, West Ham are a big club with a passionate fan base as well. To be fair to them,
they are good.
But but either way, like, and by the way, from West Ham, that's really poor. That as opposed to lose 3-0 to a promoted side. But no, I'm being serious. I think from their point of view, I think I'd like to hope enough of them knew that the game shouldn't have been easy, because obviously what's the saying? You don't want to play promoted teams early on in the season, and that's exactly why. But I mean, but you can still. But I'd still stand by that. I think West Ham won't go down. I think West Ham will have too much.
I agree.
When West Ham get onto it, I think they've got some good players.
Once they start getting in the groove.
Exactly. And West Ham will win enough games, I think, to make sure that they don't go down. Unless there's any West Ham fans, let me know if I've missed anything there.
I think losing Kudus is a massive loss for them. How much was that for?
It was like 55, 60 million.
So they've got to reinvest that and try and, bring some.
Well, apparently I think I remember rightly, their PSR situation isn't great. I might be wrong on that. I think I heard they had to sell to buy. But again, if there's West Ham fans watching, let me know if I'm wrong.
Villa's the same, hasn't it? They've got to do the same.
This is it.
You hammered with it, yeah?
Yeah, exactly. So, but according
to be very careful.
But by the way, according to True Geordie, only Newcastle get effective on PSR. So just saying. But no, being serious, yeah, look, of course. If we're going to have a chance of staying up, games like today, you have to at least be getting something, ideally a win. The next two are obviously big. I think if you gave us 4 points from the next two right now, it's snap your hand off. I think it's important to go in the international break. And by the way, that win is also very good for confidence as well, because the longer it goes on, you don't win, doubt creeps in.
Win and breeds confidence, Michael, exactly,
And that's important considering how many new players started today?
So, I'm sure I was trying to work this out, but Robin Roos, Ronaldo, Alderete here, Siddiqui, Diarra,
Talby. I was going to say Alderete didn't start, to be fair.
He's still...
Yeah, okay, I'll include Alderete for the sake of it. Well, we'll not include Sealt then for the sake of it. So you're talking Robin Roofs, you're talking Alderete, Ronaldo, then Xhaka, Siddiqui, Diarra, then Dingra and Talby.
It's a new team, Michael.
That's 8 new players. But if you want to say who started the game, that's still 7 new players.
And I was worried now when they first started kicking off, and I was thinking, how long is it going to take these players to gel, to get used to each other? Do you know what I mean? I was a bit worried.
And the earlier that you win as well, it's obviously better for confidence, isn't it?
Of course.
Up the game, Aubrey! Back where we belong, eh? I met Guy. Come on. Great to see the legend.
Guy Mowbray. Yeah.
The BBC.
By the way, so CJ's just gone to stalking, bless him.
CJ wants a picture.
Yeah, to be fair, but either way, no, honestly, but I'll say this right. I interviewed Guy Mowbray for uni. He was brilliant to give us the time of day for that.
Yeah.
So maybe I might tag him on Twitter and go, please be my friend. But no, but yeah, look, well there you go. I'm really looking forward to match of the day now.
Yeah.
And by the way, how good, no disrespect to the EFL highlights show, but how good is it to say match of the day?
And
being back in the Prem.
To watch it tonight, I see it.
I saw you stalking Guy Mowbray.
I honestly see it since we got relegated. I've never actually watched it.
Not religiously.
Because I've got no interest unless we're there. I'm not.
So you're going to watch the EFL highlights?
Oh, but she'll be on tonight.
EFL highlights?
No, sorry. On the match of the day will she be on match of the day?
Put it this way, I'll be very interested. I'll be very interested to see if Shearer's on when Sunderland won and Newcastle haven't. I'd be very keen to see if he's on. But and look, obviously I'm going to take the mick a little bit. Sunderland are above Newcastle United in the table at the minute. But look, we know we're not going to. We know they're going to be way above us.
We're not going to finish above.
Yeah, of course they're going to be way above us. They've got different aspirations to us at the minute.
I mean, looking at that team today, and I was in work, and I was thinking that their midfield: Tonali, Bruno, Joe Linton. That three scares me.
Yeah, and to be fair, in general, a point away at Villa's pretty good. But Villa were down to 10 men for the last half an hour, so which is a good point for Villa in the end. But the point, look, games like today, I mean. Like I said, I love the atmosphere. I think the noise level at the goals was great. I think the atmosphere before the game was rockers. I think I don't know what you think about this, but I felt it was all the pent-up frustration, all of the backwards energy, all of the things we've had to put up with. Sorry for swearing. All the shite we've had to put up with as a fan base, and I think it was just kind of exploded in this one game. It was just kind of a release of energy. It was a release of we're back.
Yeah.
Let's hope we stay back after this season. But. Look, I mean, I can't. At half time, no one saw that coming. And like I said to you, give me whoever said we win 3-0 at half time. If you know next week's lottery numbers, please tell us.
Put them on ice. Put them on ice.
Please
do.
Yeah, absolutely. But no, it's absolutely great. And obviously, one of the concerns some fans had was scoring goals. Well, that's good for my Ender and Isidore to get off the mark.
But I tell you something now, that was my worry, and I've been saying it all along. Where's the goals coming from? And I says, Meander and Isidore wouldn't get 10 goals between them. They've both scored today, Michael. So what do I know?
We're a fifth of the
way
there.
Absolute F-all.
Well, you never know. A fifth of the way there already, then, if that's the case. So
I still would like to see us get a strike. I know, although we've got Mark
you want depth,
Chelsea, you want to get another striker in and possibly another couple.
I think we need another right winger. I wouldn't complain with another centre back either.
Send Roberts out on loan, maybe. Or do you think?
I love Patrick. Mate, if Patrick Roberts, I don't think Patrick Roberts is watching this, but if you are somehow watching this, please listen to what I'm about to say. Take it, motivate yourself, and shut me up, please. I'm not convinced Roberts will be good enough for the Premier League, and it sounds very harsh. But if you look at it, he was frustrating in the Championship. And while he was capable of assists and numbers in the Championship, the Prem is a different level. Fullbacks are much better in the Prem than they are in the Championship.
You'll get punished for any little mistakes. And I just think sometimes, I know you said he does get back in, he gets back and tries, but I just don't think he's very good at tackling though.
That's not his game,
it's not his game. His game's taking on players, isn't it?
So I mean, I don't know if anyone can hear this, but if you listen to the noise at the front of the stadium, if you can hear it, then this is just
Richard Moss has walked past earlier, Michael. If you had a message for him, what would you have said to him? Would you have said anything? Or
Sunderland massive and it's good to have him back in the Premier League.
Would you say PSR? Because that's what Newcastle seem to me going about a lot.
Yeah.
No, don't know.
Yeah, there's obviously PSR's PSR, isn't it? We all have
every club's got
to adhere to it.
Abide by the rules, haven't they?
Yeah. So, but I mean, honestly, look. Sorry, I know I'm waffling on here, but I'm going to enjoy this.
Waffle on, Michael. That's all right. It's fine. It's good.
But so either way, I think it was. We made Jimmy or Matt and Malta. Brilliant. It's See, but this is what I mean. Even simple things like that just make people's weekends, make people smile about it. So
I've been to work today and I was in a bad mood. To be fair, I was. And then I come to the match today and I feel.
Well, absolutely.
And I feel tough. I feel top
of the. What's your name? See, that's what I mean. I turn it to a right giddy schoolboy when we win, don't I? But look. So, but if you're asking me, who I think out with the players today. If we're talking about the new signings, I think the likes. I mean, you're right. I think you said to me before we started recording this that no one really had a bad game, did they?
No.
But I thought Roofs for the large part was shockingly untested. I thought he wasn't as tested as much as I thought he would be. You had who else was there? Alderete when he came on, I thought you could. I think Jensen Seal. To be fair, I'll give Seal this. Yeah, I was worried about Seal before the game because he's had a great pre-season, but the Premier. It's nothing against him as a player, but we have to be harsh. And the Premier League is ruthless. Like Kieran McKenna said last year for Ipswich, he was surprised how stretched squads got. Try to say that 5
5 times quickly. No.
Say it again.
Try, squad's got stressed. But like, he said that squad's got stressed a lot and he was surprised by that. So that's why the next couple of weeks in the window are still massive. But the point I was going to make was Steele, I thought, did pretty well today, actually. But no, I think the new signs, I thought Reynaldo looked assured. A couple of times he lost the ball a bit easily for me. But there's that. I think Adingra, final third, could be a bit better for me. But again, one game, and I think obviously it's a different level to what we've signed before. So I think Adingra did well. He did the defensive stuff excellently. Reynaldo, I thought, was good. I thought Xhaka was critical, and actually in a way, I want Xhaka to not stand out in a good way because it means that we're kind of like, well, we expect Xhaka to be 6, 7 out of 10. Sorry, 6, 7 out of 10 because this is a guy who was in the Champions League last season, who was in part of Bayer Leverkusen's invincible season 2 years ago, and even just over 2.5 years ago was still playing for Arsenal at the top of the Premier League. So that's a massive signing, and what that does is it enables more people who are maybe and ahhing about coming to Sunderland thinking, hang on, Xhaka's gone there, they've just won 3-0. I might have a bit of that. Like you said yourself, I might fancy
14 days left to go in the window, Michael. We could maybe get another three players in.
No, there's no reason why
competition
not.
For players.
I think a lot of the next 2 weeks is going to be about outgoings. But no, there's no reason why not. Like you've got to. We knew we had to spend a lot of money to have a chance of making a step up. So, but yeah, I mean, I thought Sadiki. I thought you can tell why he says he bases his game on N'Golo Kante. Obviously, he's nowhere near that level yet, but there's potential there. I can see it. And again, obviously, I don't want to write players. I don't like people writing players off, so I'm not going to do the opposite and say,
of
they're
course.
going to be mint. But based just on today, I thought Diarra was excellent. I thought I really liked. Obviously, Ballard at the back was colossal. I think Diarra's some of Diarra's energetic positioning and runs I thought was really, really good. And when we're playing quick on the transition, I think Diarra's going to be critical of that.
A couple of fans have compared, and that's early days, and that's okay.
Yeah, there's still one game.
Sadiki to N'Golo Kante. Now I used to love Kante. He was one of my favourite players. He was unbelievable, wasn't he? Quality footballer, world-class footballer.
Are we saying that because N'Golo Kante won Leicester the Premier League, now Sadiqi's here, are we going to win? And we're top of the league at the minute at the time of recording, obviously. Look.
Just to steer, honestly, let's be realistic, Sunderland fans out there. Just to steer would be absolutely.
I'd still take 17.
Of course we
would.
If
you give me 17, right?
Of course we would.
Like, of course I would. You know, it's going to be. No, but yeah, exactly. CJ is right, even though he keeps hijacking the interview. But it is good to make a statement. Love you, mate. Look, honestly, like it is good. He is right though. It is good to make a statement because again, it's not so much a statement in that beating West Ham. Well, by that scoreline, probably is a statement for a promoted club.
Michael, but at the same you're obviously. I've asked all the other interviews. I'm going to ask you for you. I forget. You're man of the match, stand-up performer, because there's that many, but you've got to pick one.
Just one.
You've got to pick one. You can't pick 3, 4. You've got to pick one.
Can I give you my man of the match? Can I give you my man of the match and an underrated shout?
Well then.
Man of the match for me. If I had to really pick, I'd say Ballard.
If I
had to pick one player. But it was very close between him and Diarra for me.
Yeah.
I think Diarra was really, really good. And you can tell sometimes with a player, although I'm going to contradict myself about judging players too quickly, some players you can tell when they've got something, can't you?
Something
about
them.
I think I'm looking at Diarra and I'm thinking, I can see why we paid 30 million for you.
Do you know what I thought was decent as well? And I thought he was very tidy. He was Talby on the right. And there's a lot of fans just saying, I'm not sure he hasn't looked up to much, but I thought
well, Talby got 2 assists, I think.
He done all right.
Yes, I can't remember if he assisted at least one of the goals.
I'm sure
Isidore, he got the assist for Isidore. I can't remember if he got one for Mayenda. Might have done because he played on the right wing. But look, like I said, like that place can be a cauldron of noise, and I think that place could, as cliched as it is, could prove to be a big thing this season for us if we're going to steal. Because, like I said, for anyone who was at the ground, you would have heard the noise. I mean, I can only imagine what did the third goal sound like to you?
It was pretty loud, but when I was in there, the 2 goals in there was loud.
Be louder, of course, absolutely.
But I was coming and setting everything up, and I heard, I went, that's got to be 3-0, please. And the lads walked past, I went, Isidore. I said wouldn't. Him and Mayenda wouldn't get 10 between them, but
so the moral of the story is don't listen to Shaun Middleton. So just say everything crap and then we'll be all right.
Yeah.
But yeah, look, like to end it, because obviously I know that people probably sick of me repeating the same point. But I'm going to giddy schoolboy. We've won 3-0. We're back in the Prem. We're back where we belong. Yeah. It's going to be a battle to make sure we stay here. Yeah. But make no two bones about it. This is where Sunderland belong.
Of course,
this is where we should be.
Absolutely.
And for me, and it was it's been a fantastic day all round. Of course it has been.
Yeah.
To win 3-0, like I said, if we'd drawn the game, I'd have said, you know what, got something, fair enough. Burnley and Brentford coming up are still huge games. We need to make sure we get something in those games if we can. But you know what, for the first starting point,
to win it, Michael Lowe, to win it and to keep a clean sheet. That's going to
Yeah.
be. That's good.
Being honest,
Clean
right?
sheets tonight, Michael. Clean sheets.
I'm clean sheet wanker and a strike again.
Michael likes a clean.
To be fair, yeah, you are right. Look, keeping a clean sheet for confidence is massive at the back.
Yeah.
I don't expect to keep that many,
No.
obviously, this
No,
season.
no, this-
But if you can keep clean sheets in games like that, in games like Burnley, Brentford, watch that go tits up now. I've said that. But if you can keep clean sheets in the games you need to pick results up in, you've got every chance, obviously. So I'm going to ask you then, who's your man of the match?
You're the first person to ask us, right?
Yeah, well, if you have to put us on the spot, I'm giving you the same treatment. All right, I'll make it easier for you. Top 3 players.
Right. Well,
It
the
doesn't
top three.
Doesn't have to be any order, just top 3.
Ballard, Diarra, and do you know what I thought when he come on?
Alderweireld. Yeah, that'd be my 3 actually. I think Alderweireld. I think
he was so cool,
and again, I think Steele did all right. But I think when Alderweireld came on, I thought you can tell why you got in La Liga team of the season last year. And apparently, I don't know if you know this, but Getafe's, I think it was a president or someone high up at Getafe, apparently said that we had to sell Getafe for the sell Getafe.
Sell Alderweireld,
sell Alderweireld for the cheap price they did, so they could fund a few different things around the club. So it sounds like we've got a bargain there.
Hopefully.
But that's the hope. Like I said, so to end it, I think we could do with another centre back. I think we could do with the right winger. And I wouldn't complain another forward.
A striker,
but to be fair though, you can't knock for Mayenda and Isidore. The confidence they'll get from that is massive. So yeah,
Michael,
happy days.
One last note out of 10. Give that performance a rating out of 10.
8.
I'm
saying 8.
Come on, Mike, you've got to
right. First half I'd say 7. Second half I'd say 9 or 10.
Aye. Well,
so I'm trying to say the whole game, not just the second half. I thought was a 9 or a 10. I thought second half we were absolutely brilliant.
Yeah.
I think, but. No, screw it. I'm going to give it a 9.
No, you've got to give it a 9, Mike.
Clean
sheet 3 in the
yeah, because I'm just thinking because there were moments where they were a bit hairy in the first half, but that was expected.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
So no, I'd say probably a 9 out of 10, just because I think first half we were great at staying in the game. We obviously rolled a couple of hairy moments, but second half I think West Ham probably underestimated our ability to counter-attack like that because I think at least 2 of the goals I believe were counter-attacking goals. So and the third goal definitely was, but that I would say that actually in general, I think a 9 out of 10 because. That's not easy to do.
If you could sum the game up in one word,
epic.
Epic.
I can't think of many other better descriptions than that. You can think of one? I'm twisting it back on Shaun.
Marvellous.
I'm a Marvel fan, so I like that. We'll take that. Right. But no, just remember, guys, one last thing before we do finish. Yeah. Take a moment, enjoy it.
Yeah, exactly.
We've been through the mill. Remember all the times in League One where we got ridiculed. Remember the back-to-back relegations. I know people don't want to remember this, but remember everything we've been through. There are a lot of clubs that pretend they've had it tough, and I'm not going to name who, but I think Shaun can guess who I'm talking about here. We have had it tough.
Yeah.
We have had it so bad over the last so many years. And there's clubs like Bolton, Bury, Morecambe right now, Chef Ware that have it worse than us, don't get me wrong. But for us, to be out of the Prem for 8 years was a disgrace.
Yeah, it was.
We're back. Let's make sure we stay back.
Exactly.
We deserve this. Enjoy it.
Thank you, Michael. Always a pleasure. I love you.